Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've still got our Virus Metal Greymon, and we got Offmon helping us out. Again, he doesn't get to come out much, so why not? Today we are looking at the other starter deck, the Wolf of Friendship starter deck that came out. And just a quick overview of the box. We got the top, we got the side with the 4 types of cards. The back with all the information. The other side, and the bottom. And something I failed to notice, or failed to point out last time, is that since the Beelzemon deck, I think, they have stopped printing what is in the actual deck. Which I have mixed feelings about, because I don't remember if growing up, if I got these kind of lists on decks, usually. Like, I can guarantee it didn't happen when I was collecting Overpower, but I can't remember if it happened in Yu-Gi-Oh! With the original starter decks. I want to say no. I think that was the thing they started doing later. And with Pokemon, I don't think they did that either. So yeah, that's just something to point out. Another thing to point out is that these ones do not include boosters. These are just the decks themselves, which again, that's a big minus to me. I really like having some sort of extra cards, even if it's just the promotional extra cards, like we got in the advanced deck list Beelzemon. I like having some extra cards because it immediately means that you can buy this, get into it, and start customizing just a bit. I would pay the extra $5 to have one in there, like even if it's just that, like I would pay that extra cash personally. So yeah, that's just me. I made that point a lot where I've said I like having a booster in there because it helps promote the game, and it does, like, the thought of buying one of these and there being the possibility of an alternate art card in there. Ooh, that's just great. Like, that can make someone's day. And I definitely like that. Alright, so we're going to go through this one the same way we went through the other one. Starting off with the play match. So again, we've got Metal Garurumon on one side. We got the reminders of the game flow, which is great. I do like that. So unsuspend, draw, breed, main. Great. Not too much else to say about that. Looking at the back, we got the 3 leading up to the final. Nice and solid looking. Again, I don't like that this is only half. I wish this mat was bigger. I mean, they're folding it up to fit in the box, so I understand that. But I feel like they could have made it like an extra square lengthwise. Like, sure, that wouldn't have folded up as neatly, but I think if they would have done that, it would have given the room needed for the play match. Next up, let's take a look at the cards. Again, we've got 8 rule cards instead of the 6 now, because they go over the Ace Digimon now. Don't really need to read these. Didn't do it last time. This isn't a learn to play video. I'm not gonna go over these ones. Then we've got our memory counters. Again, we've seen Metal Garurumon, we've seen Gabumon on these before. Kind of wish they would have chosen something else, but not too much we can say about that. The thing that I will say is that, again, for a starter deck, it's missing like a coin or something to use on these memory gauges. Like, you buy this, you should be able to play it. You shouldn't have to, like, pull a penny out of your pocket to finish it up. Like, a penny's not hard to get, like some sort of coin, but just to assume that someone's going to have that, I don't particularly like. I feel like you should be able to pick this up and just play with them directly. The initial solution where they like had it on the rules wasn't great, but at least it was something. So starting out, we're looking at the Digi-Eggs, and we got 4 Sunamons. He has the inherited ability of when attacking, if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. That's nice, and it's not like draw 1, trash 1. It's just straight up draw a card. I don't know if without the trash makes it better or worse. I feel like some purple decks would have liked if it was draw 2 and then discard 1. That would have been great for them. Otherwise, yeah, he's fine. Oops. Let's hit those. Put right over there. Then going on to the rookies, we're starting off with 4 copies of Elecmon. Which again, I don't think this one is exactly Elecmon, because I think Elecmon is red, and this is an alternate art version of him. 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. On play, draw 1 card from your deck, then trash 1 card in your hand, no inherited ability. Yeah, pretty simple way of helping you get better cards in your hand. Not too much to say about him. And then we got 2 copies of the foil card, Gabumon. He is a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. Digivolve 0 from Sunamon. Start of your main phase, if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Inherited effect, when attacking once per turn, draw 1 card from your deck, then trash 1 card in your hand. Okay, so already we got another one where like you play it out. If your opponent has a Digimon, you just gain a memory. This is very easy. Definitely one that you're going to want to like buy a second deck for and put 4 instead of the 2 in. But that's how they sell you starter decks nowadays, so that you have to buy multiple of them to get a full playset. I say nowadays, they probably did that back in the days that I was actively collecting these and playing them, but didn't notice it back then. Next up, we got some Tapermon. 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. No active effect, inherited effect of Retaliation. I like Retaliation. Not a big fan of it as an inherited effect so much. Simply because like you're giving up something else. But this is a great one because if it makes it up to Mega, ooh, them swinging into your Mega to get rid of it, gets rid of their Mega, love it. I do enjoy that. It does help a lot in the later game. And then we got our last rookie. We got 4 copies of Gutsumon. He's a 4 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 4000 DP, has Retaliate as the active ability, and your turn, when this Digimon attacks, an opponent's Digimon lose 2 memory. No inherited effect. This is an interesting one. Like, I love Retaliation, but literally this one, you're paying 6 memory, because you're paying 4 when it comes out. You're paying another 2 when it dies to delete an opponent's Digimon. That said, like the way that it's spaced out like that, I think it's worth it because if you got 3 memory, you pay 4, your opponent gets 1 memory, and then later on in the game, you can swing into their big beefy guy and delete it, and that only costs you another 2. So you could make that work to where like you have your opponent 2 turns where they start with like 1 energy or something like that. Going on to the champions, we're starting off with 4 Bakumon. 4 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP, has the active ability of blocker, no inherited effect. I mean, I like having at least 2 blockers in a deck. 4 seems like a lot to me. I don't know. Nowadays, it might be a little better with all of the things swinging in, but it's just a very defensive ability, and you really want to be on the offensive in any kind of game that you're playing. Next up, on Champions, we got 4 copies of Meramon. 5 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 6000 DP. On deletion, gain 1 memory, no inherited effect. I'm not actually too sure what this one's supposed to do for the deck. I mean, it's got the on deletion effect, but it's in the active. It's not in the inherited as well. So that means you're actively like just swinging in with this guy hoping for him to get deleted and you get a memory. I don't know. That's a little weird. He'd probably be one of the ones that I would cut very early in this deck. And then our last champion is 2 copies of Garurumon, looking very shiny and foily. 6 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 5,000 DP. Digivolve 3 Digivolve level 3 with Gabumon its name for a cost of 2. Security. You may play 1 Gabumon or 1 Tamer card with Mat in its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. When Digivolving, draw 1 card, then trash 1 card in your hand. Inherited effect. When attacking, once per turn, draw 1 card from your deck, then trash 1 card in your hand. Okay, so it's got this ability moving from down here to here, which is good. I like that it's allowing you to get more cards in your hand. I like the security effect. Like, that's a good one. And I'm saying it's a good one mainly because it's got another effect where it's not just activating in the security stack. And that's how security Digimon should feel to me, because then it's not like, oh, it comes out, otherwise this is vanilla. This one's got other stuff going on. It just kind of has that tacked on there in case it's in there. So this works. I like this one. That's a good way of handling security Digimon. Next up, we're on to the Ultimates, and starting off with one of my favorites, we got Pumpkumon with Candlemon in the background. 6 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. On play, you may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. No inherited effect. Alright, this is allowing you to get some back. Which rookie would we get back with that? Just thinking. Probably either, like for an immediate, it would probably either be Elecmon or Gabumon. Because they have in-play effects. Tapermon, if we need to Digivolve into something. Or Gatsumon for his retaliation effect. That would give us another delete at that point for 2. Because we would cheat him out. And then be able to swing him into something to delete it for 2. So there's some good choices. Next up on the deck list, we got 4 copies of Mammothmon. 7 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. Has a blocker ability and has a retaliation ability. Has an inherited effect. So yeah, I probably would pull out the retaliating rookie because we got 4 of this one in there. And really we want to give the retaliation to the Mega. It's got blocker, which is nice. But I don't know if I'd want to block with this in the bottom. Like, I'm sure it would stop the rookies and champions. So it could be useful. And then we got the last of the Ultimates. We got Garurumon. He has an 8 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 8,000 DP. Digivolve from a level 4 with Garurumon in its name for a cost of 3. When attacking, once per turn, by trashing 1 card in your hand, unsuspend this Digimon. Inherited effect, when attacking, once per turn, by trashing 1 card in your hand, unsuspend this Digimon. So it's carrying that over, which I like. And trashing a card in your hand, not terrible. This deck has a lot of ways of gaining cards, especially with the baby, which just says, if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hands when attacking, draw 1 card. So yeah, that is the reason why that baby didn't have, and then discard a card or something like that. Because we got plenty of cards that are using things by trashing cards. So, yeah. But again, another one that you'd buy 2 decks to get 2 more copies of this to help give you more consistency. And now we're on to the Megas, and just like last time, we got 2 different Megas for this deck. The first one is Metal Garurumon Ace. We've seen this one before. It's a 6 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 11,000 DP. Digivolve from a level 5 with Garurumon its name for a cost of 3. Hand counter Blast Digivolution. When one of your Digimon may Digivolve into this card without paying the cost. When Digivolving by trashing up to 3 cards in your hand, gain 1 memory for each card trashed. When attacking, once per turn, You may trash one card in your hand to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. And then it has the Ace ability, Overflow -4. When this card would be moved from the battle area or under a card to another area, lose 4 memory. So that's a very big minus. I'm not a huge fan of like getting rid of cards in my hands to get my like. There's 2 different effects that are doing that. Where like when it digivolves, trash 3 cards, you get 3 memory, and then again whenever it attacks, you trash a card to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. I'm not a fan of the when digivolving, but the second one, that one's fine. Especially if you're like starting to turn the tides of battle and you're getting rid of all of their rookies. Like if you use something to get rid of them and then you're starting to get rid of champions or ultimates, like that could be worthwhile. The only question reading this that I'm thinking of is the Ace ability, where when this card would move from the battle area or under a card to another area, lose 4 memory. I'm wondering if you can make your opponent lose essentially 8 memory if they play one of these by using a card that puts it underneath another Digimon. They would lose 4 memory. And then if that Digimon got deleted, they would lose another 4 memory because this will move from that area into the trash. I believe that's how that works. Let me know if anyone knows for certain if that is exactly how it works. Leave it in a comment down below. I'd love to hear. And the other mega that we've got is 4 copies of Skull Mammothmon. He's an 11 play cost, 4 digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. When digivolving, draw 1 card from your deck, then trash 1 card in your hand. All turns, once per turn, when one of your effects trashes a card in your hand, you may play 1 level 4 or lower purple Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. See, this is a good one to go along with the Metal Garurumon, because they have got some synergy. Where this one, you're trashing cards when it's digivolving, and then this one's effect activates, where you can then play a level 4 or lower from the trash. It's only once per turn, but it's good. I like it. I would, like, just for a beginner thing, I would take out one of these, put in one more of those, have an even them out, and see where that takes you, see how your playstyle works with it. Maybe continue modulating it just a little bit. And now we've got the one tamer for this deck, which is Matt. He's a 4 play cost. Start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. All turns, when one of your effects trashes a card in your hand, by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. Security, play this card without paying the cost. I mean, I have always said I like that if you have 2 memory or less, set your memory to 3. I think that that is the perfect tamer for a starter deck. Because there's nothing worse than a player not being able to play the game. And yes, there's some strategy in making sure your opponent starts with only 1 memory. But having one of these in the deck means that a beginner isn't ever going to face up against a veteran player who knows how to keep their deck so that they're only giving their opponent 1 memory every turn. And that's going to give the new player a chance to play the game, which is going to make them like the game more. So, yeah, these are perfect additions to the starter decks. Like, I think that this is a really great idea to make them, even if they're a little less powerful because they've got that ability, or if they cost a little more because they have that ability, it works. Again, after a while, the player would probably be like, well, this first ability is only activating once. Let's bring it down to 2 and put in some different tamers. So that is a perfect addition to the starter deck. Next up, we got the option cards, starting off with 2 copies of Lament of Friendship. 3 play costs. While you have a tamer with Matt in its name, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. Main, return 1 Digimon from your trash to the hand, then one of your Digimon with Gabumon in its name gains on deletion, or Garurumon, gains on deletion. Play this card without paying the cost until the end of your opponent's turn. Security, activate this card's main effect. I mean, this is a nice one because it's like if you've got the Mega out and you play this down, like it doesn't matter if your opponent is going to delete it on their turn because it's just going to come back. And it doesn't say like only once, so you could play it, swing in with your big Metal Garurumon Ace. It attacks something that's too big. It's deleted, but it comes back. And then your opponent attacks it again, and it gets deleted, and it comes back a second time, I think. Yeah, I believe it would, because it does. It just says it gains it. So it's not like it would be deleted and it comes back to the field. It would still have that effect until that duration has ended. So it could come back multiple times. That said, if you did do it with the Ace, that means that it would leave the field, your opponent would gain 4 memory, it would come back to the field, unsuspended, of course, but if it left again, your opponent would gain another 4 memory. Like, it would just keep doing that. I don't think you could attack multiple times. I don't think so. That would be kind of like a broken scenario. So maybe it would come back. Oh, no, right. It wouldn't be able to come back, or it wouldn't be able to attack a second time because it would have essentially summoning sickness. Because it got played from the trash. Or just played that turn in general. Final card in the deck, we got 4 copies of Baldy Blow. It is a 4 play cost. Main, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Security, activate this card's main effect. So yeah, this is just going back to the other cards where it's like you delete the Digimon of the lowest level. Well, first you'd play this one out, then you'd attack with Metal Garurumon Ace to delete a different one, so you're kind of controlling what's out there. So yeah, that's nice. It goes with the deck again. But there we go. That is the Wolf of Friendship starter deck. Before we head out, as we always do, we need to open up a card. I got, I think, 1 more of these after this one left. And then I've got some other packs that we'll start opening. And I should have some fun ones coming in as well. So yeah, let's open this up. So far, I know we've gotten Jagamon, Warzumonzamon, and Devamon. So if we could get something other than those, that'd be great. If we got one of those, I also wouldn't be too terribly upset. We got Colamon. Nice. 6 play cost, 1 Digivolution cost, 5,000 DP. Has blocker, and when attacking, lose 2 memory. No inherited effect. So the very classic blocker. That said, I like this kind of action pose that it's doing. Very neat. But there we go. That's another starter deck down. Let me know what you guys thought of this Wolf of Friendship starter deck. Leave it in the comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a good old thumbs up. If you haven't, please do subscribe. It really does help the channel. I really do appreciate it. I want to get to those 200 subscribers. That would be awesome. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.